Hello, this is the proper telling of the story, which is not a story. The science of Romulus and Remus. Romulus and Remus are the inherent nature of volume, bonded, inseparable from themselves. Where it as and how we are a quality of fact human nature. Where yin yang, for example, can't be separated. And the ancients would teach this way. In other words, so and this is exception nature. So, okay, say we alpha and Adam and Eve. These are connected five semi-natures, connected. Because wherever you separate alpha from yin yang, you can't separate it because of the nature of identity. The nature of volume, that identity is its nature of relationship to itself. So where you separate alpha, you know that simultaneously, where that's an active value discerned, inherent is the value of Romulus and Remus, which is an identity of relationship to itself. That one identity has as the value that they share simultaneously, Romulus and Remus, but simultaneously, distinctly and non-distinctly. And that does alpha, and so omega. But the alpha is separated here. You can't separate the omega becomes and stays yin yang inside O, omega in the alphabet. It's algebraic consciousness. So that's active. The active value is alpha. So we know the inherent is Romulus and Remus bonded. The progressive nature of volume is Adam and Eve. Adam is the subject and Eve is the verb. A verb is not automatically a predicate. Only a made verb is a predicate. And that's valued for the discernment of a subject. Only a main verb, only a predicate by itself could be a one-word sentence. Because then it's a verb, but it's also a value nature. It's a value. Value is nature, as identity. The value of the subject is its identity. The value of the verb is identity. They share that identity, as all parts of English grammar are identities of volume, of the same volume. Like all parts of your body share an identity, but they're distinct parts. They share this identity's nature or volume, forever nature, which only increases. So if you pull apart anything from yin yang overall stays yin. Omega is yin. So, in other words, this is also about the two parts of polarity nature. It's also a trinity nature. Through time, there's a vertical and a horizontal databases racketeering method that effectively maintained and propagated and maintained self-cultivated roles with what's propagated, all speaking through others, and that used criminally to keep each age of fact-cheating nature, valuing all that can actually be discerned with sequence true, inherent active and progressive nature of volume value true. Then we connect with what is more that than that, also onto itself, positive, reveals means from nowhere. Evolution's fruits and gifts. Santa Claus was put in jail because of the republic for which Romulus and Remus are in relationship to, for the story narratives with it. Juxtapose semi-science. Because it's semi-correct about the identity of the relationship to the ground with Rome. But it's completely wrong. Because the original, they just fell there. and what was revealed there was only revealed by value because of the relationship Greece, Italy, like you're interacting where internation sciences first took value before they became criminally foreign influenced in ancient times. Revealed the Campus Marcius, revealed the nature of science that uses sequence true, the nature of the inherent, the nature of the active, the nature of the progressive simultaneously. And prayer is the nature of silence to explain and to demonstrate science, where there is also a semi-nature, at least, discernible further, that is connected as value relationship also to these simultaneously, which is why and how it's important to have identity discern distinctly, the identity of all things at once discern distinctly from the word God. Because now we're discerning distinctly and non-distinctly what's true always and what's not. For the same reason, we have to have pseudo semantics and semantics discern distinctly. We have to have pseudo rhetoric and rhetoric discern distinctly. Otherwise, everyone's agreeing to disagree as fake sides of correlation nature and as exploitations of that before any position of a sophistication is realized. Like each nature of campus treatment, training of each age of each nature of job. Like the criminal justice, people who learn how to run prisons, run state police, run database relationships, run receiving and investigating things. These are having those methods kept to keep them on and off campuses racketeering. Roles with Justice Department, Pentagon effectively maintained. Criminally foreign influence breaching screens and tools, and way worse weapons, originally and still, especially through psychology, kept through how the branches already needed them to hide lies. They needed to pretend to be about logic. But in other words, we need news. So New York and CC, everyone, someone help because they're forging names, switch names. They force you to the position so they can stack more roles with offensive through time, vertical and horizontal racketeering with databases. These are going to hurt a whole bunch of people with a minority that seems like a majority of opinions because the only people that voice are fake. They have nothing to be afraid about me if I use, in other words, attaching me to fake yelling, preventing me free speech calm at the same time, which was sustained. My father died. It's my obligation to counter now what I tried to counter my own way without, before, leading up to and in the Trade Center attack context, right before the attack, leading up to and in the what is it called? 2006 district court case. A whole bunch of other natures of courts, people already involved, uses of the identity, the ground self, CCSU. Again, what I'm trying to tell you, already involved through the campuses each age. They make people interact. They set them up like pretend they're gonna not be get set up for people good or bad. It's not just good or bad. That's involved with racketeering because they're putting people to sequence shifts where then they're going to make debatable that has to be solved by the courts where they're already involved with it. No, need the same sequence shifts, finite, active, and progressive, and worse roles with all the bad things to be not realized, but they're actually recorded. Say I want to have an election with integrity because this is the FBI self-valued misprision, pretending other they can't pretend other on paper. They can't do anything but value every form of fact treatment nature with convictions they can't defend on paper, not without forging names, switching name sequences, like WFSB, Fox Connecticut News, WTNH, Convert. Just give me the name of your sources then, who will tell you to do these crimes against me and others, touching us to fake conversations. Come on, because 3 times they used the triage recorded to counter what came before that, which was the recorded nonverbal confessions, confirmations of a Dillon family. Involved the whole family, involved racketeering with drugs with the kids and with houses retired, gone. They made a whole bunch of confessions now since then. The more I ask, the more you guys are hiding lies from the past. We're hiding racketeering roles against mandated law. Whatever you're hiding with all those woods behind the Lowe's place next to that. The same people involved with the on off New Haven, on off the state's attorneys, all these mayors. So then you sustain that. Then you want to have people keep talking anyway. Now that's going to show me deeper and deeper into your soul. Because now when someone says notes a recorded pattern, even on Facebook, of racketeering with the kids, sick natures with them, uses of Facebook Interbranch Connecticut involved racketeering with that, involved as motivations for the roles with election crimes. Same ones on off the campuses, private and other, connected to the ones on the public school racketeering. Same ones racketeering with the private schools. You fools. You just pick one name and sequence, respond. Someone give me a response.